In a world dominated by voice assistants like Siri, Alexa, and Google Assistant, a new player is quietly redefining what it means to have a personal assistant. And it's not even a voice-based tool by default. We're talking about ChatGPT 4, OpenAI's most powerful AI to date. In this video, we're going to explore how people are using ChatGPT 4 as a smarter, more flexible personal assistant, often outperforming traditional assistants in tasks like productivity, planning, and even creativity. Welcome to Tech on the Mind. Let's get into it. Traditional voice assistants like Siri, Alexa, and Google Assistant were designed primarily for task execution and voice command recognition. They work by interpreting your voice, mapping it to a predefined set of commands, and then executing simple tasks like checking the weather, setting a timer, or playing music. These assistants operate using what's called intent-based programming. They recognize keywords and map them to specific actions. While useful for basic, routine functions, they're fundamentally limited by their rule-based architecture. Their understanding of language is shallow, and they often fail when faced with ambiguous, multi-step, or context-sensitive instructions. For example, ask Siri to email my team and summarize our last meeting, and it won't know what to do. Try asking Alexa to combine all unread emails, prioritize them by sender, and flag anything related to finance, and you'll hit a wall. This is where ChatGPT 4 fundamentally changes the game. ChatGPT 4 is powered by a large language model, LLM, trained on a massive corpus of human knowledge and natural conversation. It doesn't rely on fixed rules or templates. Instead, it understands nuance, context, and intent, allowing it to interpret complex instructions that traditional assistants would simply not grasp. It can compose a professional email based on a rough idea you give it, summarize an article or PDF and extract key points, rewrite a message in a different tone, like formal or casual, create a custom workout plan based on your goals, schedule, and past routines, help you brainstorm ideas, organize them, and even present them in different formats like tables, outlines, or full drafts. Moreover, GPT-4 isn't restricted to a voice-only interface. It thrives in text, plugins, APIs, and now voice-enhanced apps, giving it the flexibility to be embedded into tools that fit different work styles. While Siri and Alexa are reactive and often brittle in their responses, GPT-4 is proactive, adaptive, and intelligent. It understands follow-up questions, retains context within a session, and can build on earlier responses to refine answers, a capability that's still far beyond traditional voice assistants. Think of it like this. Siri is like a remote control. GPT-4 is like a collaborator who can read, write, think, and execute, all while adapting to your needs. That's the real difference. ChatGPT 4 doesn't just follow orders. It interprets, reasons, and produces, making it far closer to a true digital assistant than anything that came before. One of the most powerful use cases for ChatGPT 4 is how professionals are turning it into an all-in-one productivity assistant. For example, busy executives use GPT-4 to summarize meetings, draft email responses, or even help plan their week based on calendar data. Using tools like Zapier or Notion integrations, GPT-4 can connect with other apps and automate workflows. Writers and marketers use it to brainstorm content ideas, generate outlines, and even draft entire blog posts or scripts, just like this one. The ability to refine, rewrite, and adapt content makes it far more useful than a voice assistant that can only search the web. Even developers use GPT-4 to debug code, explain APIs, or translate complex tech documents into plain English. In many ways, GPT-4 isn't just replacing assistants, it's upgrading knowledge work itself. What really unlocks GPT-4's assistant potential is its memory and plugin capabilities. Memory allows ChatGPT to remember personal preferences, routines, and goals over time. So instead of reminding it who you are every time, it can retain context and get better at helping you, just like a real assistant would. Plugins and tools like Zapier, Wolfram Alpha, Browsing, and Code Interpreter allow GPT-4 to fetch real-time information, do calculations, access spreadsheets, and interact with other platforms, There are even plugins for travel planning, shopping, and fitness tracking. This means you can ask GPT-4 to find flights, summarize the latest stock performance, convert currencies, or even build a meal plan tailored to your diet, all without switching apps. Combined, memory and plugins transform GPT-4 into something Siri has never been: dynamic, extensible, and context-aware. More advanced users are integrating ChatGPT-4 with automation platforms like Zapier, IEFTTT, or Make.com to create automated workflows. For instance, you can set up a flow where every new email in Gmail is summarized by GPT-4 and dropped into a Notion dashboard. Or have GPT-4 analyze new calendar invites and suggest scheduling adjustments automatically. This is where GPT-4 starts to function less like a chatbot and more like a command center, a digital chief of staff that can organize your life, not just respond to commands. Unlike Siri, which is limited to Apple's ecosystem, GPT-4 can work across platforms and adapt to your tech stack. One of the biggest criticisms of GPT-4 as a personal assistant is that it doesn't natively talk or listen, but that's quickly changing. With apps like ChatGPT Mobile, Replika, or third-party voice layers like SpeechKey or VoiceGPT, users are now interacting with GPT-4 using voice, almost like a Siri alternative. These apps allow users to dictate notes, ask questions on the go, and get real-time spoken feedback. Combine that with memory, and you have an AI that can evolve with your needs over time, not just respond to one-off questions. We're getting closer to a hybrid model where GPT-4 is both text and voice capable, with far more intelligence behind it than any current voice assistant. So how are real people using GPT-4 in everyday life? Not just in theory, but in practice. Let's take a look by role. YouTubers and digital creators are using GPT-4 to script videos, brainstorm topics based on analytics, and even draft SEO optimized descriptions in social posts. What used to take hours, research, writing, editing, can now be streamlined into minutes. In corporate environments, GPT-4 summarizes meetings, generates action items, and helps write follow-up emails or status updates. It's like having a virtual assistant that instantly turns raw input into clean, usable output. Entrepreneurs use GPT-4 to draft invoices, respond to customers, write marketing copy, and plan social content. It fills the role of a writer, admin, and strategist, all at once and on demand. Travelers turn to GPT-4 for personalized trip planning. With just a few preferences, it creates detailed itineraries, hotel suggestions, and local recommendations, offering more customization than most travel apps. Students rely on GPT-4 to simplify complex topics, generate study guides, quiz themselves, and polish assignments. It acts like a responsive tutor that adjusts to any level of understanding. The takeaway? These aren't niche hacks. They're practical, repeatable workflows. GPT-4 is replacing scattered tools with one smart, adaptive interface that works across industries and roles. The question isn't whether ChatGPT-4 is better than Siri. It's whether you're ready to redefine what a personal assistant can be. With memory, plugins, automation, and now even voice, GPT-4 is not just smarter. It's more capable, adaptable, and personalized than anything we've seen from voice assistants so far. If you want to stay ahead in the AI revolution, keep GPT-4 in your toolkit, because the future of productivity is already here.